I know what you're thinking. These cars do not compete in any shape, way, or form. And you are correct, but they do represent the old versus the new.
This is how SUVs used to be perceived. This is how SUVs are going to be perceived.
We've got an ancient Liberty, which is going away, and we've got a brand new R-design Volvo XC60. This is where we've been, and that is where we're going.
Absolutely. They deliver their power differently, they're made for different folks, but at the same time, technically speaking, they represent a market where people want to load lots of stuff and take them places into totally different cars.
So, let's take this one on-road and that one off-road.
Switch it. There's no way I'm taking this off-road.
All right, let's do a 0 to 60 because that one is fun and fast. And let's take this off-road and see how it does in Colorado's wonderful mountains. There is absolutely nothing subtle about this Liberty. It's big, it's heavy. You need to slam the door to close it. You need to push the button to open it. And what absolutely drives me crazy is the engine in this thing. It's ancient. It's a 3.7 liter V6. Oh my God. This hood weighs like 50 pounds. That's made it to a 4-speed, get it, 4-speed automatic, and it gets 17 miles to the gallon combined, which means that every time I get in the thing, I look at the gas gauge and I have to fill it up.
This car's too nice for me. I mean, the interior is gorgeous. This is the R spec, so whew, nice, light, contemporary, pretty. A little too pretty for me. Check this out, turbocharged T6. And it gets about 21 miles per gallon combined. That's not too bad.
It doesn't get any more subtle inside. When I sit down, the cushion hurts my back. These things are ramrod straight. And I look around and I see a sea of black plastic. About the only thing that looks contemporary is this little switch gear right here, which changes it from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive. You know what? That's plastic too. Go figure.
This is a beautiful interior. Lots of nice stuff. I especially like the big, grippy, meaty steering wheel. Here's one thing I don't like. If you're tall, I'm 6'1", roughly, this component here, it hits my knee right here, makes my leg jerk around. So if I'm going around a corner and I smack my knee against this, it causes a problem. Otherwise, high quality interior, I would put it up against anything in Europe. It's impressive. You know what else is impressive? It's got a 6-speed automatic transmission. I think Romans only has 4.
And yes, I do fit, but barely. There is not a lot of room back here. The floor is very high because obviously this one's trail rated, so you want to have some ground clearance. And the sea of black continues. For $27,000, I expect something a little bit more modern, a little bit more, oh gosh, interesting, I guess would be the word.
Lots of good storage in this thing. It's not a true off-road vehicle, so there's no solid axle underneath, there's no leaf springs or any silliness like that. There's plenty of space, it's a relatively low load-in, and for me, I could actually have a siesta in here. It's roomy, it's practical.
All right, Nathan, I don't know how many comments I've now answered that say, why are your times so slow? And the reason for that is,
we're at high altitude, a mile above sea level, actually more than that, and because of that, it's very difficult for the vehicle to get air in order to create combustion, so it's something that slows it down.
All right, ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, tap screen to start. When you hear it go, go. Oh, that engine sounds good, Nathan.
Little tiny bit of turbo lag, but it whips in good. Oh, we're there.
We're there. Okay. Let's see what the results are, my friend. What do you think?
7.5?
You are so close.
Really?
7.3 seconds.
That's pretty good. And this is the cool thing about a turbocharger at high altitude. Oh, so much better than some of those other cars we've driven. Okay, this is definitely not an off-road car. We're on dirt, but I'm not going to take it into anything stupid and nasty. That's what Roman's car's for.
Oh, Nathan, you know, I can bitch and moan all I want about this car, but when it gets off-road,
You know what? This is where it belongs, off-road. It's not the best off-roader, but it's certainly a capable off-roader.
yeah, you know, it weighs over 5,000 pounds. The architecture and the engine are antique, and yet all that stuff melts away once you're on the dirt. It's just amazing at what happens, how this car transforms itself from a road car to a spectacular off-road car. You know, granted, out of all the Jeeps, this is not the best one.
No, that's why it's going bye-bye.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough ground clearance. I believe this one has 16-inch wheels, which is kind of silly. And it does need more gears. For God's sake, more gears, please.
4-speed automatic is not exactly what I would consider adequate. And let's face it, I mean, a vehicle like this has a boat anchor for an engine. The new one, the better one, the 3.6 liter, that's the engine you want for this, and they're not going to put it in there because this thing is out of here.
I would bet there's no way that Nathan can get his Volvo at this kind of an angle. It's a Jeep, my friend.
If I did, you would have to have a tow truck to pull it down. Look, 99% of the people aren't going to be doing that with their Volvos, for crying out loud. Mine is the future for regular crossovers.
And this is the past for body on frame, crazy heavy,
Old school.
old school. As always, this is Roman.
And Nathan,
See you next time on the Fast Lane Car. Get us out of here, Nathan.
you drive.
All right, I'll drive.